Calgary. Once again, great take there by the Calgary player. Now, time to spin it out. Keep it away from Ben is the game plan, I think. Inside their own half. Got a bit of an overlap here on this side if they can use it. Good run here by that player. Now, spinning it out. Got one girl on the outside if they can get it to her. And big tackle there. That was against Joubert. And that ball is lost. Opportunity here for Guelph. And they knock it on. Just a reminder that Guelph won this championship last year, which was the inaugural women's event here. So they're trying to go for back-to-back championships.
Yeah, Colette McCauley from the University of Guelph program would be very happy with that result. A little bit of concern on the Dinos side. They're missing their inspirational captain, Brianna Walker, from the starting lineup. But they have the likes of Hicks and Williams to take her place, the Manitoba connection, along with Ellen McGregor.
That ball just scoots out the side of the scrum. It's jumped on by Guelph, but the advantage of not release goes to the Dinos. Dinos now with a good run from Williams, and she gets wrapped up by Britt Ben. That's a fantastic tackle there by the veteran. And now penalty awarded to Guelph, and they will look to get something going on this blind side. They got a bit of an overlap. Number 22, that's McNally. Giving it to Priddle. To Beaton. Right out in front of the sticks on the 22. Almost, and a drop goal. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a drop goal. Gareth Reese was talking about it earlier, how you don't see those very often. But a drop goal. What a fantastic display of athleticism there by Stephanie Tabilas. I think that's the first one of the tournament.
Absolutely, absolutely. We had a penalty early, but Brian, when you stop and think about it, in a 20-minute final, if they can tick that scoreboard over by 3 points when they get inside the zone, and they were really static, they got really flat, they didn't have a lot of go-forward momentum. So, you know what? Probably after the fact, a pretty good result.
And a big tackle here. I think Calgary's got to get something going because Guelph has just got all of the momentum here, and they're just looking to win. And a penalty given to Calgary. This is an opportunity to get something going. Switch back on the inside. And a good run. They can pop it out wide, and that ball goes backwards. And the referee says play on. Good run here by the Dinos. Ball picked up and taken forward there by Leavitt. And now that ball goes back. And booted. Not the best kick, but it went right to the defender. Tabilas, the drop goal. And spun out wide. Cutting back inside is the Guelph player, and that ball gets knocked forward. Opportunity now is McGregor. She tries to get around the outside. Can't get past Tabilas, and McGregor gets taken down. Penalty awarded to the Dinos. Opportunity, got 4 girls on this one side. Simple hands will do if they can use it. Opportunity now. Big tackle by the Guelph player, not held, so she can get up and keep going. Good run there by Leavitt. And Calgary pressing now, and they're going to have a penalty. They can use this. Guelph has to be back 10 meters. Good opportunity now for Hicks. She spins it out wide. That ball gets bobbled, goes off the face of one of the girls. Referee says play on. I believe has the advantage. Guelph. Stopping, going back the other way is McNally. McNally using the girls outside of her. That's Priddle. She gets taken down hard. And going to the boot, and is blocked. That's the first block kick I've seen this tournament as well. This is a game of firsts here.
Brian, we've had a number of turnovers, and it looks like Calgary's got an opportunity here. If they can maintain possession, the Guelph defense is tight.
Big tackle. That ball is sloppy. It's going to go back. It's going to be a race for it. But, hey, through the legs, it's picked up. Good play there by Leavitt. And that ball is knocked on. So these chances are hurting Calgary after they weathered that early storm from Guelph.
That was an extremely long passage of play for both sides. And early in this game, those kinds of passages are going to make these ladies extremely fatigued. So we've got to keep an eye on the pace of the game as it goes through this first period.
Just a reminder, if you're just joining us, this is the Cup championship, the final game of this women's 10-team event. And these are 2 10-minute halves, so it might seem a little bit longer than normal, and that's because it is. And just so tough here as that ball gets knocked on by the Guelph player and booted up towards us. Couldn't catch that ball. Maybe that's why they're not still in the tournament.
Yes. That's well said. He's going to get a hard time in the hat down there. That was a lackluster effort from his part. Should have gone up with 2 hands.
Are we doing crowd play-by-play right now?
Absolutely. Back to the game at hand here. University of Calgary needs to steady the ship at the moment. They're playing a bit frantic and a bit across the field. I'd like to see a little bit more direct running from the midfield with Williams. She's a powerful runner. Let's put her into action.
Ball is blown down. So we're just inside the 22. Dinos put in. Lots of room on this blind side if the scrum half decides to use it. And that ball is won by Guelph. Got Britt Ben on the outside. And that ball goes to Ben. Does she have the gas to get on the outside? Looks like she does. She might be able to go all the way. This is Britt Ben with her second try of the game. What a great individual effort by this Canadian International Sevens player. And you got to think the defense should know that's coming and be able to get up quicker and not give her any time and space.
Yeah, that's a tough ask. On the 14 outside there, Kelsey Levitt has got a big job in front of her trying to mark Britt Ben. And, she tried to use the touch line to her advantage, but Ben in the end just had too much pace in the tank.
One of my coaches back in high school, his thing was always, do not let the fast players get any time and any space. And that's why you see right there, Britt Ben just got around the outside. She had time. She had a little bit of room to move. She got out and had a sort of a 75-meter try there. And the conversion attempt just misses on the left-hand side. So if your defense comes up hard, comes up in a line, just takes away all that time and space.
Especially from the scrum there, you're matched up man on man, so you should have the outside cover figured out.
Taken well there by the Dinos player. Trying to get something going here in this first half. It'd be beneficial for them to get on the board for this second half. Spinning it out. That's McNally. Good tackle there by the Guelph player. That's McGregor. She gets taken down hard. Opportunity now. Trying to go down the blind side, but another tackle. This Guelph defense is relentless. And she's not held. She could get up and keep going. Great defense here by Guelph. Now it gets out. That ball is booted along, and the referee will blow it down as a knock-on.
Jody Hicks did a great job there drawing the defender in front of her and created a nice little situation for a 2-on-1, and the pass did not go to hand. And that's been the story of the Dinos in this early portion of the first period. They've struggled to string together more than 1 or 2 passes, and those drop balls will cost you against a classy side like the University of Guelph.
Wrapped up there by the scrum half from Calgary. That's Hicks with the big tackle just inside the outside the 40. Now trying to go blind with a burst of speed. That's a great run by Keene, and she will score. So Guelph is starting to run away with this contest as Keene scores under the sticks. Don't say it. I know you're thinking about it. I know you got a pun sitting up in that brain of yours.
I wouldn't dare, Brian. I wouldn't dare. I'll save a couple. I want to make a quick note. Despite the fact that Calgary's down 20-0 at this point, 22, check that. University Rugby on the women's side in Alberta is doing quite well at this tournament. You've got the UFC here in the final, and you've got U of A who won the plate final moments before this. Also to note, U of A tied the University of Guelph, who are also in this final. So the future of women's rugby in the province of Alberta at the university level looks quite strong. So well done there.
I think that is the name of the game is growing the sport of sevens and just getting the numbers here. Having so many teams from the prairies here is fantastic. And I'd really like to see some teams from Quebec and some of the eastern provinces. I know it's incredibly difficult due to flight costs and things like that, and getting the time off and all that. But it'd be nice if we could get some teams out there to come out and show what brand of rugby that they bring, which we know is so good when it comes to, you know, teams like the Rock and Laval and all those teams in Quebec and out east.
Yes, Brian, as this tournament grows in stature, this is what, the third year of the tournament at this point?
Yes, it is.
As it grows in stature, I would imagine we'll start to see it move around the country as well. And once you start to hold it in places like Ontario and the eastern provinces, you're going to get a lot more support there. And as it grows in profile, it'll be easier for programs to set aside the money to fly their athletes to the various locations of it.
Right, you are, Ryan. Rugby Canada would like to thank all the amazing sponsors that have make this Sevens happen. Couga, Langara Fishing Resorts, the City of Langford, Macquarie Financial, Trafigura, Scrum Master, and all the other fantastic sponsors that we have. Look at our website, rugbycanada.ca, for everything else. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. With our handle is @RugbyCanada, and like our Facebook page for everything up to date with rugby in Canada and all of our national teams. And I promise I'll keep you updated on all those channels, doing my best to grow this game through everything that Rugby Canada does. We have some amazing teams, we have some amazing athletes, and I do my best to tell their stories as we're here ready for kickoff at halftime. 22-0 Calgary, trying to get something going as a quick chip kick into Guelph's end. I think Calgary's going to need a score here right away if they want to make this game close. 10 minutes left in this game, this Cup Championship game, as that ball is knocked on here. So this is a glorious opportunity for the Dinos.
Yes, Brian, we talked about it early on the game, but they kicked a drop goal, and right now this is a 4-score difference. If they had not have kicked that drop goal, you could have gone 3 converted tries and Calgary would have been in front. But right now it's 4 scores, and that's a daunting task, even though it is a 10-minute period.
Ball is picked up there by Guelph, and they have an opportunity to get it out. This is a good run here. And the ball is bobbled now. It's picked up by Tabilas, who scored that drop goal earlier. You don't see that very often. That ball goes forward, so we have advantage being played to the Dinos.
Substitution from the Calgary side at the start of the half. Lizzie McKinnon from the Calgary Hornets Club comes on to replace the inspirational Jody Hicks, who's left the field. A fantastic tournament for Jody Hicks. Commends to her efforts and also the efforts of her teammates from Manitoba and also especially UFC.
Now the ball squirts out the back. That's picked up by the Dinos player, and a penalty off the feet. Now out wide. Let's see if Calgary can get something going here. And that pass is a little bit sloppy, but it's picked up by Leavitt, and she gets wrapped up, and that ball is knocked on.
Continuing story again, Brian, his pass is not going to hand, and Richard Smith on the touchline for the University of Calgary will be a bit frustrated. There's not much you can do there, and I wonder if it's jitters or, it's probably about 1 or 2 degrees right now, and the wind's blowing hard, so cold hands, it makes it tough, but finally you've got to make those passes stick.
The crowd here is just waiting for something to happen, and that ball was, I believe, not straight. This crowd is just excited. It's loud. Everyone is really enjoying the events here at the Canadian Rugby Center of Excellence, Day 2 National Invitational University Sevens in this Women's Cup Championship game. Guelph with a comfortable lead here against the Calgary Dinos. If you're just joining us, 22-0. Calgary not giving up, though, showing some great pace. Trying to get something going there is Conforti. Now, good run, just an ankle tap. Pardon me, an ankle tackle. Now, trying with a burst of speed, trying to get through this gap. This Guelph defense is just relentless. Britt Ben trying to poach that ball, and it gets stolen by Guelph. They've been so strong this game. Just inside the 22. That ball pops free, and we have a penalty to Calgary. You'd think they would want to get some points here and go right away. Sensing that is Conforti, and she tries to go. Big hit there. That was a great tackle there by the Guelph player, and she picks up the ball. That is a fantastic play there by the Guelph player. And now some room on the outside. Does she go to the boot? Does she try to pinning her ears back? And she decides to go. Does she have the gas? That is number 22, Katie McNally, who's been so good in this tournament, and she scores in the left wing. Wow, what a great player. That all started by that big king tackle down there, picking up the ball, stealing it, getting it out wide, and Katie McNally with the 80-meter try. And this is all Guelph here.
Yeah, it's one-way traffic at this point, and they really are showing their class. Britt Ben, very unselfish with that second-to-last pass before the end, and she knew that Katie McNally had the pace as the UFC team was rather tired. And you saw Katie McNally when she scored that try, down on her knees for a minute, trying to gather her breath. This is exhausting stuff, Brian.
And you get a good shot here of this conversion attempt. Well struck. Just a bit short and a bit right. 27-0 is the score here. Guelph with a comfortable lead.
Boys in the booth enjoying themselves despite the cold temperatures. It's been a fantastic weekend here, and we've got a bit more action yet left in this cup final. It is two very good teams. University of Calgary struggling at the moment, but the power of University of Guelph, led by Colette McCauley, doing extremely well. Brian, I wonder what the mental attitude is from the University of Calgary coming into this game going 6-0. It's always tough, I find, to continue on that perfect record, especially for a young team.
Yeah, I think they knew who they were going up against. Guelph has been very dominant, and I think you just have to keep up the positive tempo and realize that, you know, what we're doing has been working so far today, and just try and keep that up and not miss any tackles against this strong team. And I think they've been outmatched a little bit. It's one of those games where you play really well, and then you make one mistake, and then the other team capitalizes on it. And Guelph has just been that rock on defense and not giving Calgary any sniff here, as Guelph is just knocking on the try line here one more time. That's Shannon Spurl spinning it out. Kirby has it now, throwing it out wide. Good straight arm by Keene. Keene has a try in this match already. Britt Ben now, so dominant in this game, one-handing it, and that's a bit of a high tackle there, but play moves on. And Britt Ben, just so much power, touches that ball down with authority, and this Guelph running away with this one.
Wonderful individual effort all the way across the field from the breakdown. Britt Ben picked that up, and the Calgary women are looking a bit fatigued. They've got their heads down, and rightfully so. Guelph has put on a clinic here, and
see, I disagree. I don't think they need to hang their heads. I think they're playing a good game. They're playing a team that, you know what, at the end of the day is stronger than them, but they're playing hard. They're making tackles. I know you didn't mean it like that, but
absolutely.
I think, you know, give credit where credit is due, and this team is making some great tackles. They're just, you know, outmatched a little bit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Brian. I will be cheering for Calgary here to pull out a score in the closing.
Of course. I think that's the most important part is getting on that scoreboard, which is so big. And that ball pops back. And let's see if Calgary can get something going there and leave it. Thrown out wide. That's McGregor. It's been so good this tournament for Calgary. Pop back. Going for a run is Conforti. And she's going around the outside. Going to be hard pressed to beat Britt Ben. And then thrown back. That was a bit of a Hail Mary, but blown back for a forward pass.
Yes, strong player Amanda Williams, maybe a bit frustrated right now. She's being shut down. She's had a lot of room most of this tournament, and this Guelph defense is just a bit swarming and not as much time and space. So forward pass there.
this crowd is just waiting for a big run or a big tackle or something. I feel like they're ready to get excited as Britt Ben is just can't be taken down. What power as she offloads. Popped back by McNally to Ben. Got some girls on the outside and a cross kick. What a great option if it can work out for them. And the ball lands right in her hands. The cross kick in sevens and beautiful tackle there by Calgary. Ryan, explain a little bit what a cross kick is and the advantage of it.
Yes, oftentimes when you stretch a team to the far side of the field, it opens up a lot of it, and you can't make that pass by the hand. So a good way to get it to there quickly is that crossfield quick, because you can put it forward.
And it's a beautifully placed cross kick. I remember in our first tournament of the year in the Gold Coast, we had a beautiful cross kick. It was done by Nanyak Dalla on the far side. Sean Duke caught it, and this was against the New Zealand All Blacks, their 7 squad. And as we see Britt Ben going over for another try, I believe this is her hat trick in the finals.
Back to back on the last 2, absolutely.
Yeah, so what I was saying, Nanyak Dalla, cross kick right on New Zealand's line from a penalty kick. Sean Duke waiting, and he just walks in on the far side. The commentator is saying, wow, what a brilliant play there by Canada. So if they can master the art of the cross kick, it can benefit you tremendously.
Normally it's a low, hard kick that penetrates the wind, and that one was a little bit higher, so it gave time and space for the defender to get back. But the idea is there. Nanyak Dalla putting in that crossfield kick, normally a proper hooker in the 7-a-side game, and a back rower in the 15-side, so he's a very skilled guy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. For back-to-back years, the Guelph Griffins are champions here at the National Invitational University Sevens. What a great contest here at the Canadian Rugby Center of Excellence. My name is Brian Kelly. Ryan Smith, thanking you for listening. We will be back momentarily with the next game.
Good effort.
It's a little short.
Good effort. Look at this, man. I am so organized, it's ridiculous.
I've got a queen sheet. Have you got the other sheet?
Yes, I do.
Applause for our cup winners, Guelph Griffins. Presenting the trophy is John Tate, head coach of the national women's team.
Yeah, the first name. Oh, I can see him. I just gotta.
Thank you all teams in the women's